what have you done to make it known in the community that social injustice is real? And how have you used your story to do that?
Wow. So after my incident, and once I finally woke up and realized what had just happened, I took to social media and I told social media what had happened. And I wanted folks to be aware of what was going on, because this is happening, what happened to me happens around the country daily. But people keep those stories to themselves. And my goal was to make sure the story got known. There were so many folks that either because they didn't have the voice, because they were in prison, or because they were no longer living, their life had been taken, they couldn't tell their story. And I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. And once I did that, I then planned on what was going to be the next step. So right now, for my situation, I'm looking at 4 different aspects of it that we're doing. I started a nationwide petition at change.org under the campaign of #AutoErase, because in my situation, even though I was let go and told that I was innocent, I still ended up with an arrest record. The effect of that on us with arrest records is that it holds you back from getting a job when they run that report. It will hold you back from getting a loan. It can affect you for the rest of your life. And a lot of folks don't even know that if you get arrested and never brought up on a charge and never have to go to court and released as innocent, you still have that arrest record. And it could cost you an average of $5,000 to take care of that, and up to 6 months of your life to take care of that. And all you were doing is walking down the street and got mistakenly identified and wrongfully arrested. So started this nationwide campaign, #AutoErase, that was addressed to the state attorney generals. I've been working with the California State Attorney General. They have a regulation or procedure, administrative procedure in California, that if a law enforcement agency wrongfully arrests someone, all they have to do is send an official memorandum to the DOJ, the California DOJ, and they will erase all that. They're going to issue an official bulletin at my request to all of the state local law enforcement agencies and send me a copy of that, and I'm going to then send that to the other 49 attorney generals, state attorney generals, so that they can do the same thing. Also, under the #AutoErase campaign, we have gotten legislation sponsored in 6 states thus far that says if you were wrongfully arrested, it will no longer be your responsibility to take care of your record. The arresting law enforcement agency will have to take care of that. We have 6 states being Illinois, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, South Carolina, Arizona, Rhode Island, and then the territory of the Virgin Islands have introduced legislation that will soon become law, hopefully, that will take that burden off of you. That's a big deal in a standpoint that we see a lot of mass incarcerations. We see a lot of young people of color that are falsely identified, mistakenly identified, stopped for no reason, and then they either get in trouble because they're fighting it back or they find something in your car, but then you get into that system. I was really fortunate, but a lot of folks aren't as fortunate, and it's hard to get out of that system once you get in that system. So this one little piece of legislation, when implemented in all 50 states, will go a long way to helping all of us rid that situation of us. And the last thing is that I started a nonprofit called Fitting the Description to help folks that were faced in situation to tell that story, to get that word out there, and to help kind of champion the auto erase movement throughout the remaining 50 states that we haven't gotten legislation introduced in thus far. So that's what I've been doing for the last 6 or 7 months or so.
Thank you.
Testify and tell you of the goodness of my Lord. Share some of what he's done for me.